This is The Greatest Day, Sword, Juno and Gold Beaches. It's from MMP Games and it's part of the Grand Tactical series. This is the situation at the end of the 11 p.m. AM turn of June the 7th. Right, now the overall situation for the Germans is getting pretty desperate now. The whole front is beginning to buckle. The Allied pressure, admittedly, the Allies at the same time as the Germans are beginning to buckle, the Allies are running out of steam. They've lost their tempo because of the sheer amount of attacks they've put in. But so it puts the situation's a bit unknown at the moment. I don't know who's going to give way first, whether the German defence will actually give way or the Allied attack will actually stall. If we look at the situation around the 6th Airborne, the arrival of this airborne air landing brigade here has really thrown the balance out here between the Germans and the British. So the British are in a position where they're going to launch an attack on Calm. Now, that's going to be a really difficult attack and it's going to cost a lot of casualties, but the Germans are very heavily pressed here and they've already moved troops from this front to try and bolster the front over here. Apart from that, the Germans have been really lucky in the fact that the 714th, I can't remember, to be honest. This division down here was unable to get its units onto the board due to Allied interdiction by the Air Force. So that means there's very little pressure down here for the airborne to actually move units from up here to try and shore up the front. So that's been an important development. The main sort of front here is the Germans. Gradually the Allies have got into contact with the German defences. They've got a mini breakthrough here. There's also the defensive line along this ridge has gradually been overcome. There's areas like here, there's a big gap here where the commandos can move into. Front around here being held by the 716th, what the remnants of it, is doing quite well, but they've got a hell of a lot of like small, these defensive units, they're like rear guards. They've got a lot of those on the board here. Allied tanks pretty much through here, nothing to stop them, apart from the fact that they haven't got enough command to actually do anything with the tanks. The front over here, this is where the 3rd Infantry are basically just... Is that the 3rd Infantry? Oh, I always get these two mixed up. No, it's the 50th Infantry over here. They're pretty much advanced into a vacuum. There are very small numbers of German units in front of them. But I'm sort of role playing this a little bit because the Allies just wouldn't go charging into France on their own, because they'd be opening themselves up to a massive devastating counterattack. But at the moment the Germans, they haven't got any reinforcements, they just have not got enough troops to hold this situation. Down on the road here, which the Allies are trying to clear Road A, which is a very important objective for them. They're really close now. There's a couple of units left from the 332nd. There's about 3 of them on this. Well, this one isn't even. This one over here isn't even on the road. There's one on the actual road itself, and one just to the south of it. So the 352nd is basically ceasing to exist That doesn't mean it won't come back, because there is another brigade which is due on as a reinforcement at some point in time. We don't know where it is, when it's coming. As I say, it's in the balance. It's how many, how much terrain the Germans can hold on to before the two Panzer divisions, the Panzer Lehr and the 12th SS, arrive. And as I said, there's also elements of the 352nd to come on, elements of the 714. There are a lot of German attachment units available, which also bolster the front, but at the moment it's looking ropey, and if the Allies had enough command points to be effective, that I think the Germans would lose the game today. But as I say, the Allies are stalling, and that's the only thing keeping the Germans in the game, I think, anyway.